Hi again, it's Emma in the Yoga Shed for one of your midweek freebies, and this is a little few poses. So it's not really kind of a full class. It's just a few poses to help relieve lower back pain. A lot of us are sitting a lot more at the moment. It's kind of, just not feeling good in the lower back. And we're just going to put that great big umbrella over it for whatever reason. So just a few little poses that you can do to ease your body out of this pain. We're going to start lying on the earth, so coming down, carefully coming down onto the mat, just making your hair adjustments so that you don't have any uncomfortableness. I should have really thought about that before I came down. And then taking the heels underneath your knees. So allowing the shoulders to fall out and taking the fingertips to tickle your heels. Make sure your toes aren't coming out like this, so your hips and your knees and feet are nice and parallel. Take a moment here just to come into the moment, come into this posture, come into this idea of being on the earth. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, begin to let the shoulder blades release in the back body. Let the belly release, feeling the spine towards the mat. Taking any tension out of the neck and the jaw. Just gently, just making sure your head's not too far back, so the chin is gently tucked. Find that focus on your breath. And then as we inhale, we're going to just gently squeeze in through Uddiyana Bandha, so taking the navel towards the spine and up a little bit, so you feel that gentle little nipping, like pressed in the belly button into itself. And you feel how that starts to work through the lower spine. The tailbone tucks under, so you're almost lifting your pelvis forward. And then we start to lift the hips. And lift them as far as you can. Whatever you do, don't start to put tension into the jaw. So keep a little space between the chin and the chest. You can rotate on your arms if you feel that it's more comfortable to have your palms facing up or down. And start to rotate those femur muscles, femur bones, so the thigh bones, in towards each other. Not meaning to bring your knees to knock together, but those bones to come in. Rolling them in as though you're rolling through the inner part of your legs, which is exactly what you're doing. Gently squeezing the glutes, although you'll be doing that anyway, even though you haven't realized. And just holding it here. Find the breath. And then as we exhale, draw the belly down towards the spine, feeling that movement on the lower back, drawing that all the way down, coming down vertebrae by vertebrae, nice and slowly, until you feel you bring your sacrum down. And then pushing down as though you're pushing into your coccyx. So we're going to roll and push the hips as though you're tipping them forward here. So we keep pushing through. And then as we exhale, we're going to roll back a little bit. So we're just rocking backwards and forwards on the sacrum. As we inhale, we're going to almost think of pushing the pelvis forward and then pushing it back. Keep treating each movement with real ease, with real gentleness. And again, if something does feel painful, maybe that's a sign for you to come out of it. Nice. And I'm just gently, I don't know whether you can see, I'm wearing black, which is the worst thing to wear because you can't really see anything, but I'm just gently pushing backwards and forwards. You'll notice that as you come forward, you create that little bridge, that little arch in your lower back. And as you squeeze the hip bones back, you flatten that arch. Keep the belly tucked in, and we're working through, basically where the hips and the spine align. They come with the spinal column comes into the hip joint, connecting our torso to our legs. From here, you're going to squeeze and lift the bum again. Maybe lifting the back a little bit higher off the mat this time. So you feel as though your arms are completely free to move. In fact, we can take the arms up on an inhale and take them back behind us because we're resting on the spine, not the shoulder blades. The shoulder blades are lifted. If you're finding that you can't lift up that far, that you probably won't be able to move your arms freely, just keep your arms by your side. And if you're feeling that you need a little extra guidance, you can find the sides of your yoga mat and just gently hold on to the sides of your yoga mat. Making sure that the big toes and the heels, the weight is evenly distributed between your feet. And become aware of the space between your toes. Keep lifting up, hips nice and high. Keeping that length on the back of the neck. Squeeze and lift. And then as we exhale, taking the spine all the way down. Again, as though you're taking your finger along the keys of a piano, coming down vertebra by vertebra until the small of the back comes onto the floor, and then push it forward. Nice. Exhale it back, squashing that little arch. Inhale, bringing it forward. And taking it back. Notice how slowly I'm taking these poses. There's no need to rush. These poses come in all forms of however you want to classify different types of exercise. But I'm taking them so slowly and considered. We're going to do it twice more. Inhale, lift up, squeeze in through the glutes. Lift in the back. Keeping the Uddiyana Bandha gently lifted. Also Mula Bandha too. You'll feel that in the pelvic floor, the top of your cervix or perineum. Again, if you wanted to raise the arms, bring the arms up, maybe let them release, palms of the hand up over the top of the head, keeping the bottom lifted, thigh bones rotating in. And finding ease of breath, ease of mind, ease of spirits. Slowly lower the hands all the way down. Let's follow it with the back. Bending the top of the back, letting it come down bit by bit by bit. And then again, as we come all the way down, drawing the hips forward, making an arch, and drawing them back. Do that a couple more times. Nice. Okay. So I just want you to imagine 4 corners of your hips. So first of all, I want you to, and they're not really your hips, they're this area of the body. So I want you to imagine taking your fingers into your hip creases. So you've got your left and your right hip crease. And then if these are your 4 corners, where your fingers are, where your thumbs are the other 4 corners. So this is kind of the top part of your pelvis. So you can probably feel that your hip bone is somewhere in the middle. So we've got right hip crease, we've got the, let's call it your rib, your right rib, you've got your left rib and your left crease of your hip, or those creases of your leg. Okay, I want you to imagine these 4 corners making a square or a rectangle. And I want you to move through those 4 corners. So I want you to gently think about pushing the backbone, so you're pushing down into your right hip. And then pull up into your right rib. Move it across into the left rib, and then move it down into the left hip. And then keep this square movement going. So this movement is through the belly, pushing the back down to the earth. So we're moving across in a little square. Some really tiny little movements of the sacrum. Nice, so we're going to work in that way through, working through these 4 corners. You might even find that rather than kind of going 4 corners, it's almost like you're, from the center, you're moving out like 4 points of a 4, it's like a 4 star. So you're kind of going out, then coming in a little bit. That makes sense, hopefully it will. So we're moving all the way around. And then when you get back to your right hip, oh, and just take it the other way. So let's go to left hip, left rib, right hip, left hip. Let's slow it down. Left rib, right rib, left hip, right hip, left hip. I'll get this right. You know what I mean. Left rib, right hip, left hip. Moving around anti-clockwise and then come back to center. Now if you find that feels good, you can pause this and do that again 2 more times. And then from here, we're going to draw the right knee in towards the chest. Nice. Keep that left foot where it is. I'm just going to take hold of the foot or the ankle, wherever you can hold of, or the shin with the left hand and the knee with the right hand. And then taking hold of the foot, draw the foot in towards the center of the body. You might even be able to rest it on the left thigh. And just gently push that right hip away, so the right knee away, and then bring that in. And push it away, and bring it in. And when you bring it in, thinking of gently pushing the tailbone or your sacrum down towards the mat, so that when you push it away, you might find you have that little arch in the back, and when you bring it back, that arch is flattened. Push it away, and bring it back. Okay, slide the left leg away, take your right hand into the right hip, and we're going to come into half happy baby. So if your leg is straight, if your hamstrings are tight, maybe this leg is going to be really bent, maybe to straighten it is really painful. Maybe you're more like this, maybe you're more like this, that's totally fine. Wherever you are is the best place for you to be. You're going to draw that right foot, maybe hold onto the foot, or you can take your 2-piece fingers around the big toe. Take your left hand onto your left hip, just so that we're really working through the right hip. And we're just going to gently, I'm just gently drawing tiny weeny circles with my right heel. Nice, let's bend the elbow and see if we can draw that down a little bit. Don't be tempted to yank your toes to draw that knee down towards the earth. Gently ease into it. And then as we exhale, take hold of the shin and then bring your left hand in and swap places. Take your right hand down and roll over the back spine. Draw that knee over the body. You don't have to take it too far. Pull the navel in. And then as we exhale, come all the way back, draw that knee down, lift up the left leg, hold around the shin. Squeezing that in. Just let that body react to gravity. And then take hold of the foot or the ankle with the right hand, knee with the left hand. And again, we're just going to slowly push the knee away and then bring it back towards you. Push the knee away and bring it back towards you. Push the knee away and bring that back towards you. Push the knee away and bring that towards you. Nice. Keep going. Feeling the lower spine on the earth. And then feeling the little arch as you push it away. Nice, working with the breath. Sliding this other leg away. We're going to reach down the shin, take hold of the big toe, or the foot, or the ankle, and slide your right hand out. Just gently drawing little circles with the heel. So let your foot lead here. Don't let the fingers draw the circle with the big toe. Let the heel work. Take it the other way. Nice. And then take hold of the foot. We're going to draw the knee down towards the left shoulder. If this feels too much, you can bring the right leg into play and draw the knee up and the foot flat on the floor. Now we're just going to let the body release here. No sudden sharp movements. It's just, the body's just not going to give in or give way if you start to work like that. And then as we exhale, we're going to grab hold of the foot and draw the foot across the body. Nice. So taking the right hand onto the shin, keeping the knee bent, and roll it over. You might find that one side is easier than the other. Nice. Come all the way back to center. Lift the legs up towards the earth, if you can, towards the sky. Flex the feet. Feel that stretch down the back of the legs. And then we're going to take your right leg and cross it over the left leg and see if you can hook that foot around. You don't necessarily need to. Actually, let's not hook it around. Let's just keep it to the side. Take your left foot down and scoot your bottom over towards the right and then draw the knees over towards the left. Take your arms out to the sides. And look towards your extended right hand, so the opposite way to your knees. And then as we inhale, come all the way up. So heel toe the foot up, take the bum over towards the left and bring your both knees over towards the right and then gaze towards the other side. Come back to center. Lift the right leg up, draw it all the way down. Lift the left leg up, draw it across. Lovely. Scoot the bum over towards the left. Drop both knees over towards the right. Extend and look towards the left hand. And then come back to center. Scoot the bum to the right, drop both knees to the left. Thinking about drawing your shoulder blades down to the earth. Come all the way up, moving on your glutes, on your heels, bring your knees in towards the chest. And if you can, if you find it comfortable, slowly start to rock. Nice, just gently rocking all the way forward. And then thinking of rocking back. If this feels too much, maybe just start some baby rocks here. Or if not, just keep here, drawing the knees up towards the chest. Or maybe interlace some fingers around the chins. Peeling the head and the shoulders off the mat. Draw the knees and the nose together. And then we're going to make our way, either by rocking or any other way, to a seated position. So coming all the way up and drawing the legs out in front of you. Now my legs are quite far apart, but if your legs are here, that's totally fine too. From here, lifting up. And exhale, walking the fingers forward as far as you can come forward. It may be here, you may be able to get further down, you might hold onto your shins, you might hold onto your big toes. Just wherever, easing the body down, it doesn't really matter. Just until you find that gentle kind of humming pain of love from in the legs. Inhale, lift up. Exhale and release. If you find that there's too much, you also can prop yourself up on a cushion here. So you can prop your bum up on a cushion, and you can also bend your legs like this and come forward like this too. This is also really good. So do whatever your body can do, not what my body can do. Again, if this is a recording, you can stop it and slow it and stay here for 5 minutes, which is really nice. And then we're going to move to the right hand side. So lifting your left bum cheek up a little bit and then drawing the torso down. So keeping the spine nice and long and straight. Drawing the body and surrendering over towards the right leg. Inhale and feel that lengthening of the body over towards the toes, and exhale and deepen. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale and deepen. And then slowly coming all the way to the other side. Inhale, and exhale. And just letting the body go here. Becoming aware of the parts of the body that are telling you that they're alive. And enjoying that short-lived stretch. This is not pain, this is just awakening. And then we're going to sway from side to side. So we're going to move over towards the left. And then as we exhale, move over towards the left. Inhale and sway, bringing the arms round. And so you're drawing rainbows from foot to foot. Nice, keep that low. And then let's take it high. And take another one low, each side. Nice, and then let's take another one high. And come all the way over. Nice. From here, we're going to draw that right foot in and draw the knee bend. Take your right hand down and point that left toe. Come up onto the knee. Now, you might just want to stay here. You might want to bend the knee on the foot. If not, I'm going to straighten up and draw the arm all the way back. You can look up to your elbow well, or you can look to the floor, whatever your head is, whatever your neck is willing to do. But be careful not to squish the head to the shoulder, so pull up and out through the crown of your head. And then take that all the way down. Nice, swap it over. Again, you might just come here, just point the toe, that might be enough. If not, lift it up and take it all the way over. And then as we exhale, come all the way down. Lovely. Draw the foot in, come up onto the knees, roll over the toes, and we're going to come into a nice, quite deep yogi squat. So draw the heels in and the toes away. Drop the buttocks. Again, if this is too much, you can take a pillow underneath your bottom. Or you can even come up here and take it here if this is too much in your hips. So you can be in quite a high squat as well. You keep your feet down, or if you need to, bring the heels up. So we're going to take this quite low. Oh, that was a good click. And we're going to sway from side to side. So my elbows, again, black is a rubbish colour to wear. My elbows, or the inner arm, the triceps, are going to come in towards the inner thigh. And I'm just rolling through. Just letting the weight fall from one foot to the other. Lifting up, thinking of extending the space between my belly button and my chest plate. Nice, so working it through. Feeling free if it's too much, you bring your hands on the floor, and to be doing more of an exercise like this. Or with the toes involved, so coming up onto the balls of the feet. Again, no stark. We want to take ease out. We want to take pain out of the body, not put it in. Nice. And then from here, fold the feet in, hip distance apart. Take hold of your elbows, bend the knees gently, and then draw the head in between the knees. And rocking that through. If this feels too much, you can bend the knees deeper. We can also, you may be more here, that's okay too. Rocking through the spine. So come to whatever level your body can do. Nice. Notice how you rotate through the toes as well. We never ever just moving the spine, because we're all connected. So the issue in the small of your back can come from several places. It could be something that's happening in your feet, in your knees, in your hips. It could be something that's happening in the chest or in the shoulders. Or all of them. Lovely. Take the hands down and then just walk your hands into a very low down dog. Bend the knees. Push up into the armpits. Pull the belly in. And then let's step into a downward facing dog, if that feels good. Pushing the heels towards the earth, not necessarily to touch the earth. Again, if you've got pain in your shoulders as well, walk your hands a little bit wider. Pull the belly in. Beginning to let the back muscles stretch away. Nice. We're going to walk the feet towards the front of the hands and then slowly, especially if you've got low blood pressure, slowly, slowly, slowly rise up. And nice. Reaching up, keep your hips forward, draw the left hand in front of you and the right hand back, and if you can, look towards your back hand. And then come back to center and reach up the other way. And then we're going to just twist the body and give it a little twist. So this nice rotation. You can touch your body if you want to, slap your bum cheeks, slap the whole of your back, almost swing your arms around, start to move your arms, almost touch your arms. And again, then come back to center. Again, you can repeat that if you like it. Bringing the hands all the way up, we're going to take a stretch over towards the right. And twist the other side, take it towards the other side. Making sure your hips are nice and centered and your feet are too. Lovely, lift all the way up. If you want to, if you feel comfortable, let the arms move back a little. Don't be tempted to take it too far. You can push your hips forward. Take a tiny little back bend, thinking of extending up through the crown of the head, so pulling up in this direction. And then exhale, come all the way forward and roll the body down. Nice. Walk the hands back into dog. And then we can walk forward into Uttanasana. Walk back into dog. Again, walking forward into forward fold. Walk back into dog. Nice. Bring the knees down. Bring the knees under the hips, the hands underneath the shoulders. Pull the navel in. And as we inhale, drop the belly and lift the chest. No, drop the belly in the chest and lift the gaze. And as we exhale, round through, push into the space behind your shoulder blades. Inhale, drop the belly in the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, round through. Inhale, now cat cows. Exhale, taking it the other way. So this is our cow. And it's always done on an inhale, and this is our cat, and it's always done on an exhale. Now from here, drop the heels towards the knees, feeling free to take your knees wider, extend the arms out in front of you. Again, if this is too much, you might want to put several pillows underneath you, between your bum and your heels. Let's take the hands over towards the right, pop the left hand on top of the right hand, make a little ledge for your head to sit on, Gently push the left hip away. So the bottom and the heel are still touching. Come back to center. And take it the other way. And come back to your child's pose. Maybe drawing the hands onto the feet. Maybe drawing the head onto a pillow, or maybe the third eye to the floor. And just resting here for as long as you need to. And as we inhale, rise up. Reach the arms up to the sky. And bring the hands back to your heart center. And I'm hoping that the magic medicine of the body has helped your lower spine, and you keep this little sequence in your back pocket for whenever you've been overdoing it. Namaste. And I'll see you next time.